quality team. I thought we had a great start. I thought we got out and did a good job offensively of getting out and running early, and we also made some shots. But I think more so than anything, I thought we did a great job at defending. And because of that, we were able to extend the lead. And, we're still, as I said, not shooting it like I think we're capable of shooting it, but, I think our defense has been really good and has been able to keep us in games and give us an opportunity to win. And, those guys were probably playing as well as anybody in the league. They're going to Oklahoma City and won and did a great job against the Lakers, just last night. So it was a really good win for us. I thought it was a total team effort. Between Channing and Markieff, I thought they played Aldridge about as well as you can play him. He's playing at a real high level right now. And those guys did a great job of making him, kind of earn everything that he got. And I thought Markieff did a good job. He plays with a lot of poise and a lot of confidence. And he made some shots for us when we were struggling a little bit. But just more so than anything, I just think he's got a good presence out there. It's good to see him play with that kind of confidence. But I thought everybody, I thought Robin did a good job. I thought Marcin played well, and obviously Steve kind of got us going. So I would say that it was a total team effort.
Like Steve had more freedom of movement tonight a little bit, and was able to look like he was just moving better on the
Well,
field.
I think what happened is that we got out and we were able to get in the open court more. When we're in the open court more, then obviously there's more room and more avenues available to it. So I think that was the big thing. Excuse me. And we were doing it on missed shots, not made baskets. So we had them a little bit on their heels rather than them going back having their defense set. So, to me, I thought that was a real key to us getting off to a good start. And then we had some guys make some shots. And then I thought, our bench came in and played well. And that was really important, that those guys were able to come in and maintain the lead and really even increase it a little bit. So I thought that was really important.
Alvin, with Markieff, obviously you guys really liked him, that's why you took him, but are you a little surprised that he has been able to get to this point this soon?
Well, when we weren't able to watch him play, any pickup games or anything like that. We watched a ton of film on him, and these guys did a lot of research and study on him. And, we just thought that, he was a real poised guy in college. He shot the ball well, but, he was also a good defender and a good rebounder. And usually rebounding translates into the NBA. If you're a good rebounder in college, you're going to be a pretty good rebounder in the NBA. And, I think what we found out about him is that if we play him, 28, 30 minutes, then most of the time he's really close to double-figure rebounds. I think he's had 9 a couple of times when he's played 30 minutes. So, that's pretty good. But I think more so than anything, I was pleasantly surprised that he was able to guard Aldridge as effectively as he did, because he usually does a good job of really pounding you and moving you off and creating space. And I thought Channing and Markieff both did a really good job of not letting that happen.
Did you feel better about the pace tonight?
Yeah, I did, because I think we were running off misses. And, once again, I think it becomes the offensive rebounding part. And they only had 12 offensive rebounds, and I think they had 8 of those early. So, we can, I think, establish a pace if we're not giving up second shots. So I thought that was a real big key that, after we had that initial one in the first quarter or whatever where, they were out and, kind of pounding the ball around there on the boards. After we took care of that, I thought we were able to get out and run and get some easy baskets. And, we ended up with 15 fast break points, and that's pretty good for us.
Was this better defensively than even the New Orleans game, just considering who we were playing?
Well, yeah, I think because these guys are probably playing as well as anybody in the league right now. They went to Oklahoma City and, and did a good job. And then last night they played the Lakers and they did a really good job. And I thought they came in with a lot of confidence. And, obviously we were struggling a little bit. So it was a good, and I told the guys, this is kind of a gauge as to where we are and where we need to be, because these guys are playing at a real high level. So I thought we responded and did a good job, and I thought we played, for the whole 48 minutes. We had a couple of, minutes in there where we struggled offensively, but for the most part, I thought we got something out of it. And then as I said, the second unit came in and did a really good job. You know, and Robin and those guys rebounded and I thought did a good job of defending the goal. So that was key.
Could you tell, I mean, I guess it's early that Steve's gonna have one of his offensive games?
Well, you know, I always think he's going to play that way. You know, I've been around him long enough to think that he's going to play that way, and he usually does, unless there's something physically wrong with him. But when he's not, then I would say 9 out of 10 times that, you know, he's going to play pretty good. And I think he's beginning to, you know, have his legs under him in his shot, and he's beginning to make some shots. And, you know, we shot the ball better tonight than we have in a while, really. So, and I think we'll continue to get better in that department.
How clear was it to you, their fatigue, and is that something maybe you can kind of learn a lesson from when you guys have to
What's that?
back the fatigue factor for them?
You know what? I think that's true around the league. Everybody's going to go through that. You know, we've already done that. We've had back-to-back games, and you know, we have 3 in 3 days, and you know, I think that's why you're going to see scores like the one tonight. You know, do I think that we're, you know, whatever 25 points better than they are? No, you know, but I think that given the opportunity to take advantage of something like this, you better do it, and especially at home. You know, because it's really tough when you add up the fact that you played like, you know, 5 games in the last 8 days or something like that, that somewhere along the line, you know, it's going to take its toll. But, you know, I think if you look at everyone's schedule, everyone goes through the same thing, and it's pretty much true throughout the league.
Alvin, do you think you guys are guarding the ball better so you don't have to get into help and rotation as much?
I think we've done a good job of containing dribble penetration, I think, you know, for the most part. And if you're not, you know, if you're not rotating in dribble penetration, then you can keep your bigs on their bigs, and so the rebounding becomes less of a factor, I think. But I thought we've done a pretty good job. You know, like I'll say it again, yeah, I think, you know, Elston and you know, and Dan Marley has done a great job of what we're trying to establish and what we're trying to, you know, just the whole atmosphere we're trying to create defensively. And even in later stages of the game, you know, we had a guy to go for a steal, and we said, you know, we're not going to do that, you know, because we're going to remain solid and consistent in what we're doing. So.
What was the biggest difference for Jared between tonight and Wednesday offensively?
Oh, I just think that, you know, you're a shooter. Somewhere along the line, you'll get your legs into your shot. I think everybody understood that we've been leaving the ball short. So one of the things that we talked about before we even went out is that if you're going to take your first shot, let's see if we can hit the back of the rim with it. You know, and I think that everybody kind of got their legs into their shot a little bit more tonight.
How much was it nice to be able to rest those guys?
Oh, I think it's always great in this league. You know, you rest them either for one thing or the other, and, you know, I much prefer to rest them for the reason we had tonight. But it's going to be games like this. You know, this is not going to be unusual, you know, for any team, really, you know, because fatigue is going to always be a factor. All right, thanks, guys.
You jumped on it pretty early. How much was a conscious effort on your part to bring the extra energy knowing that they were on the second line?
Yeah, once you get in there, you don't really think about that. But we definitely need to be focused tonight. They've been terrific. They did get in late. We can't feel sorry for them. They'll try to execute our game plan and be aggressive at both ends.
You were in Freely tonight?
Pardon me?
You were Freely tonight?
Yeah, the last few games I felt a little more relief, so I'm definitely feeling better.
Once 2 or 3 shots drop for the team, is a rhythm immediately start coming back?
I think, you know, we made some shots, but we also had a better rhythm, like the tempo of the game suited us more. We had a little bit more of a flow to it that was familiar to the past team, so, you know, I thought that allowed us to find comfort, and we made more shots probably as a result, but also probably just what we do to make some shots.
How were you able to find that quicker pace tonight?
I think it's just time on the court. You know, we've had 9 games. It was our 9th game, so including the preseason songs. We're getting more and more familiar.
Does this raise the bar for what you expect to play like that against a team that had been playing that well?
Well, we don't want to have the bar high every night, but at the same time, this was a good scheduling game for us. They got in at 3 in the morning after a tough game with the Lakers, so we don't want to get too high, but we definitely can draw a lot of positives and a lot of confidence from tonight.
Is that a suit from the Steve Nash collection?
It is from Indochino.com. Everyone put that in their columns.
Now, did you?
Free photos.
Were you fully dressed before the game? Did you have to go back for something?
I did forget my jersey.
Okay.
Because I was waiting for my uni bra. Jay didn't have it in my locker. I'm like, hey, can I get my bra?
Maybe.
I guess I should call it chest protector.
Not for the FM, that's fine.
I came a little late. I throw Jay under the bus, and then I don't look so bad.
Maybe that's what to do then, if you're superstitious.
The whole thing?
No, I was dressed, except I didn't have that chest protector for my rib, and so I was waiting, and then it finally came, and I was in a rush, so
Yeah, I saw.
I forgot to remind a bit of, yeah. I guess it was important wardrobe.
Okay, Fox Sports headline: Steve Nash wears his bra now. We see Fox.
Unibrow.
Yeah, okay.
That might be a new one.
So how can you always keep the consistency and the solid game?
It's not about points and rebounds. To me, it's about victory. You know what I mean? I just want to go out and play as hard as possible every game and try to win.
How important was it to increase the tempo a little bit tonight, especially there in the first quarter?
We had to come out, with fire because they're a hot team, and we had to go at them from the beginning. And if they got up on us early, we knew it would be hard to come back.
What was it like for you guarding Aldridge?
He's a tough player to guard, man. I just try to stay with my principles and play as hard as possible.
You're new to this team, but defense is also kind of new to the team. Does it feel to you, though, that this is a team that's just a defensive team?
I feel like we're getting a lot better on defense. We're tuning in every day in practice, just trying to get better and trying to stop teams.
Is that a different kind of big man for you to play because he's so much more of a perimeter type and he likes to play outside?
No, for me, I feel like he was trying to post me under the basket every time. Man, he's a great player. He had an off night, but I think we did well on defense though.
Is it still uncanny to you sometimes to be going against all these guys that used to sit in your dorm or whatever?
Yeah, man, but I'm still waiting on the Kobe's and the pride. You know what I mean? I was starstruck when I played against Dirk, and I was just like, man, I'm really here playing on the floor with these guys. But I'm just happy to be part of the team.
Did you end up on Dirkin? Did you end up on Dirkin that night? In Dallas, did you end up on Dirk at all?
Oh yeah, I ended up for like 2 possessions, man. I even fouled him. I was
oh
happy
yeah, like
I
the first
him,
one.
man.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was happy to get a foul on him at least, man.